Okay, hello teachers, English teachers in general, iTalki teachers, Prefly teachers. I am recording this back to back right after recording the digital tool tutorial on Padlet. So if you're interested in this one, definitely check out the Padlet one as well. I basically just did a quick wardrobe change, threw my glasses on, changed it to my Clark Kent couture. So what we're going to do today, I'm just going to show you the ways that I have used FlipGrid with my students, not just on iTalki, but also my English students in general, my English students in the college where I teach, and also my English students in the group classes, which I teach for free online. So let me show you FlipGrid. So first of all, this is Padlet, and as I said, I just made a little tutorial. I'll make sure that the video, the link is visible for all of you. But as you can see, I use FlipGrid at multiple points. So I use FlipGrid right here. I use FlipGrid right here. Right, so there are two different places where I use FlipGrid. So let's open these up. I'm going to start with this one right here. Okay, unfortunately, I am in the wrong account right now. This is what happens when you're obsessed with these tech resources. Sometimes you're in the wrong place. Okay, good. So here we are, iTalki EnglishTeacherRyan's class, right? So the first thing, if you want to join FlipGrid, it's basically, I mean, I could show you, but at the end of the day, it's just like signing up for anything else. It's a free resource, so you don't need your credit card. You don't need to pay. You don't need to sign up. Of course, there is a premium version, I'm sure, but for me, the free version works fine, and I'm going to show you a little bit of that and tell you a little bit about that today. But the important thing you see here is that there are groups, right? So I have iTalki EnglishTeacherRyan's group, EnglishTeacherRyan's group. So I can make groups, right? So this is kind of my dashboard right here. So I could go to groups, I could create a group, or if I'm a student, I could join a group. And if your students create a group, then you could join their group. And if they want to use FlipGrid, then tell them to check out this video and they could watch the tutorial just like you're watching. But basically, you create a group. This is great if you have a class, for example. You could edit the group, you could share the group, you could make it active or hidden. So this is the group right here, iTalki EnglishTeacherRyan. There's no theme, and you know what? I really should add a theme while we're here. So maybe I'll change... Oh no, actually that theme may be the best one that we kind of have here. Oh, that one might be a better one, having some books right there. Beautiful. Awesome. So see, like as I go along, as I go through this, most of the time I'm kind of learning new things as we go through it, right? So it's good for both of us, for all of us. Okay, so now we have two topics. So this is the nitty-gritty. This is really how you could use this as a teacher. This is where the magic happens, right? So I went to iTalki EnglishTeacherRyan's class to my group. You could add topics. So one thing I did, I added the topic for introduction. So class with Ryan introductions. And then I put a little description. In this FlipGrid, I would like for you to record a self-introduction. This could be a video recording or an audio recording. So this is why I use FlipGrid. Your students could record videos in a place where it's kind of like a forum, really, but they could record videos. This is great for speaking practice. It's also very aesthetically pleasing, I would say, because of course I use SoundCloud, and I've made a tutorial on SoundCloud as well. So I use SoundCloud with my students. To complete speaking homework. They do different recordings on there, but this adds the visual aspect to it as well, and this allows your students to all have their audio in the same place, to have their videos in the same repository, side by side or one above another, right? And this also allows you to comment, and you could comment with videos as well. So I'm going to show you that right here today. All right, so right here you could obviously respond to the topic if you like. So you could see a couple people have already responded. So we see Luba's response right here. So she has responded, she has posted herself an introduction. Now, if you want to reply, you could reply with a comment. You can make it public or private. You could also reply with a video. If you wish, you could record a video comment. So how cool is this that you could actually reply to these different introductions with video or just with a text comment, right? So again, this is just a great way for you to add multimodality into your lessons, okay? That's about it right there. That's kind of, okay, well, if you want to add more topics, so let's have a look at another topic. This topic, unfortunately, doesn't have any responses. I suppose one of the things with using videos is that your students, first of all, they want to look the part, right? And it could be really hard to motivate them to do so, unless if they're getting marks or getting some sort of positive, like unless if they're getting some sort of carrot on the stick for it, right? And that's okay. These are free lessons that I'm teaching right here, but I also use this for my iTalki one-on-one courses, which are graded, and I definitely could use this for my college students as well, who are getting grades, of course, and paying a lot of money to be there. But just as an example right here, I created this topic. So explain your timeline of changes in our Jamboard. So we made a Jamboard. I wanted them to explain their timeline of changes, and I said they could use these expressions. So let me just show you the Jamboard. This is my Jamboard free lessons Jamboard Teacher Ryan. By the way, I have made a tutorial on Jamboard as well, in case it interests any of you. And basically, we did this activity in week, I think, 4. So, no, 3. So I basically got my students to make a kind of visual of changes in their lives, right? So, for example, Ryan, adopted cats, 2018, tried a new diet, 2019, favorite bar clothes, 2020. So what I wanted my students to do was to go to this this FlipGrid and to basically explain their answers. None of them did it, and that's okay. One thing that I could have done to maximize the chances of my students doing this is by modeling my answer. A lot of the time your students don't want to be the first to do something, especially when it's a video, especially when it's new technology. It's like really a triple whammy, right? So the best thing you could do as a teacher is to model your answer by actually showing them an example, right? I didn't do that in this situation, right? But, this is something that I did for the introductions, for example, and then 3 other students introduced themselves. So that was brilliant, right? Great. So if I wanted to add a response, I go here, and then you could see right here, I'm on the camera, and I could go and record. I could add some different effects if I wanted to. I could add a GIF, right? So let's just see what happens. 3, 2, 1, go. My timeline of changes includes me adopting cats in 2018. After that, I tried a new diet in 2019, which was a big change for me because it was the first time when I began fasting in the morning, and honestly, I was always like a breakfast person. I couldn't do anything without breakfast, so that was something new. And then after that, in 2020, my favorite bar closed, which was a big pain for me, and is also completely made up. That didn't actually happen. But I hope you all enjoy this this video right here. I'm just going to play around with these effects right here. Oh, perfect. Wow, that's really cool. So I could add different GIFs. I could add a pen. Hi. It's a weird eye. Sorry, everybody. I'm just playing around right now with my FlipGrid. Okay, cool. Well, that's fun. I'll see you all in class. Okay. See? So if you want, you could retake the video if you're not happy with it, or you could just head on to next. So I'm just going to leave it. Oh, you could also add a black drop. There we go. So I could put this right here. Wow, that's pretty cool actually. Yeah, so I could put like an ice cast, put like an artistic one. Yeah, see? So those are some examples right there. So I could head to next. And for some reason, the backdrop, maybe I had to put the backdrop beforehand, but you could trim the video, you could edit the video. So you could go next, you could put publish, and I could just put my changes. You could put a link if it refers to a certain other resource, and then you upload it in the video, right? Okay, great. So that's pretty much all you need to know about FlipGrid. In terms of the drawbacks of FlipGrid, well, I suppose it could be difficult to get buy-in from your students. Your students may not be too crazy about signing up for some, well, they don't need to do much to sign up. That's not the issue. I think it's mainly getting them to actually record videos, but it's a good option for your students who are comfortable with doing that. Your FlipGrid could also be used for just you to add videos. You could literally have a bunch of primers, 20 primers, one for each class, and it's just a collection of videos side by side that way, instead of using Padlet, right? So you could create the link, or you could just go to the topic. So there we are. See, I'm right there, right? You could even pin your responses too. So basically, I'm going to stop right there. I think that's all that you need to know about using FlipGrid with your English students, whether it be for group classes or for one-on-one classes. If you're teaching one-on-one, these digital tools that I talk about in this playlist I find are really helpful for actually creating a community and for getting your students who you teach one-on-one to actually interact with one another. And it allows them to kind of do the work for you, because then they're interacting with one another to practice their English in addition to you helping them in class. Okay, I'll leave it right there. iTalki teachers, or English teachers in general, if you have any suggestions for other digital tools you'd like for me to explain, let me know in the comment section. Take care and keep smiling.